All right, welcome back. Calling the Audible. Div C is now at the midway point of the show. As we are now shaping up for the road show, August 11th.
I need to stop drinking, man. It's been like 3 straight weeks. It's been rough.
It's okay.
Rough time.
What's a pet peeve?
What?
What'd you say?
I need to stop drinking.
Oh, drinking what, water?
No, I've been drinking 3 straight weeks.
You wish you had water, man. It would have been detoxing your whole body.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Div C. 4 games to go through, and then we will preview the quarterfinals. Divisional playoffs wrapped up. KGP defeating Glow Gang 47-26. But Glow Gang only 5 guys.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They only had 5?
Yeah.
I just thought they were missing guys.
Yeah.
But,
Well, they were.
Well, I mean, like
so many of them that there was only 5.
They had play. Look at that, 13 for Terry Tam Jr. over there. That's amazing. All right.
Francisco Perez.
Honestly, if Glow Gang did have a full team, they probably would have won this game. That's why I was surprised when I saw the score. But now it all makes sense.
But yo, Arnold Desjardins with only 4 receivers, 23-34, 192 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
He's ridiculous.
That's not bad. It's just you're not going to stop Phil Cutler with 1 guy less.
No, you're not. And Phil.
Is that Phil Cutler 100% passing?
Yep.
Yeah, because
game.
one guy has to be open.
That makes sense.
Perfect game for Phil Cutler. And saw them in the locker room.
I have a question. So there's 2 schools of thought. When you're playing against 5, do you send 3 deep every play or do you run all hooks?
Well, you know what they did? They actually dropped a couple of times. So they actually brought guys from coverage into the backfield. So that kept a lot of guys open downfield.
Okay, but his question was, what do you do on offense?
On offense, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
What's the offensive philosophy, though, when you're
I
6
think go 3 deep, but also they went against that grain and dropped guys into second.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying
Mo clearly is not paying attention to
KGP were 6 guys. Glow Gang were 5. When you're the team with 6, as the quarterback,
what plays
there's 2 competing schools of thought in FPF. One is you run all hooks all game because they can't defend it, and the other one is you go 3 deep all game because they're not going to play man, so therefore 1 guy has to be open.
You go deep.
They
went deep. They went deep a few times.
You can do both.
You can do both. But what do you think is the most
There's
sort of prevalent logic?
I'm
just literally making content at this
when you're
point.
playing in zone, usually you're trying to get like rubs or you're trying to get floods and everything to try and exploit an area. You don't need to do that when they're 1 guy less. So you have one-on-ones across the board. You find the guy who's open.
Yeah. That's
yeah,
fair.
and look,
defensive mastermind Eagle.
It wasn't much of a threat from Glow Gang. They knew it too. They knew it from the start of the game that they were not going to keep.
But it's again, I'm super impressed with Arnold Desjardins. Like, to me, he's the player of the game. Like, how do you have that number where you're outmanned?
It's actually unfortunate because they had 10 guys eligible for playoffs.
Guys
don't
were hurt.
understand that.
Guys were hurt. That's what it came down to.
Yeah, but then at that point,
Use
you
an
have
IR
an
slot.
IR rule.
Yeah.
They don't realize that rule.
Well,
that's their fault.
time to read the rule book, boys.
Definitely. All right, so commission losing to Jagerbomb 46-30.
You know what this reminds?
I
I saw this game.
Yes,
okay?
you did.
And we were asked last week, who would we choose? Would we choose Simon Duchesne or JF Marquis? And we all said Simon Duchesne. And JF Marquis proved to me that I chose right. We all chose right. They were down by 8.
That's a weird way to say that, but yeah.
They were down by 8.
He proved us right. That's
Okay,
what he
yeah,
did.
he proved us right.
He proved us right by not playing well, so he didn't prove anything.
He did.
The circumstance proved you right, but okay.
Same thing. He was part of the circumstance.
Right.
All right. So he threw a pick 6 when they're down by 8 with 2.5 minutes left.
Oh, God, to see Brent Botkin's reaction when that happened would have been priceless.
Brent Botkin, you know what? He wasn't even on the field, okay? Because he took himself out because he thought that they had to rush the play, and Brent is not really a sprinter, to say the least. So he was just there, looking, takes off his flag, tosses it on the floor, and he just has his hands on the hip and he's shaking his head. Like a very old school reaction to
NFL coach,
like you
Jake
know?
Landville over here, you know?
You know who wouldn't have thrown a pick 6 in the situation? Chris Olsen.
Chris Olsen.
All
All right, now you're just stirring the pot there, Eagle.
I mean, he
Come on
might
now.
have. To be fair, anybody could have thrown a pick 6.
Even
so.
Pease could have thrown a pick 6.
I could have definitely thrown a pick.
Pease would have probably
I
thrown a
throw
pick
the
6 like
nicest
4
pick
times.
6 in FPS.
Yes,
for
but
sure.
Chris Olsen didn't.
That's true. Chris Olsen did not throw a pick 6 to JF Delos. That is correct.
Because he wasn't on the field.
Doesn't matter. He didn't throw a pick 6 to Simon.
Because he didn't play in his game.
Doesn't
Chris Olsen
matter.
didn't throw a pick
First
6.
off, it was an awful play. I don't know what JF was. JF Delos is a tall guy. He throws it to his shortest guy, the shortest player, and on a quick route just to move the ball forward. I don't know how you didn't see JF just lurking behind. JF just legit what he did. He takes a step to the right. He reaches out And he grabs the ball and he just jogs in.
What are you
They
laughing
have to
about,
even
Mo?
trace it. Mo loves laughing by himself.
FYI, Brent Baca went 0 for 4 in his picks this week.
Did he pick his own game?
No, Terry Tam did. I told him, hey, you should have someone pick
Oh,
your
yeah.
game. And Terry Tam picked the commission to win.
I feel like that was
Well,
influenced
because
by
like
Brent.
when you get invited to pick on someone,
Well, actually,
guest
Terry,
picker.
no,
someone's article, you
Terry
can't pick
probably
against them, right?
Terry probably said Jagerbomb, and Brent changed it to commission.
Well, I was
for
gonna
sure.
say, does it actually said picked by Terry
Yeah,
Tam?
Terry Tam's pick.
Did Terry actually pick?
I don't
That's
think
it.
Terry knew what game he was picking. What is it, Div F? Probably.
So
but
yeah,
but
this is
Doesn't-
JF
no,
Marquis.
wasn't Terry playing in Division C?
maybe, yeah.
Yes, actually,
Bravehearts.
so-
no,
What is with you in that
Huffman.
word?
Yeah, I know.
Bravehearts.
But Brent did
a
have
team
a,
that doesn't exist in FPF. That's what Terry was playing for.
Brent did have a long conversation with Jeff Marquis in the bowels of the stadium.
Oh yeah,
Steps.
after it was done.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a very good.
Can we get like a list of quarterbacks that the commissioners have gone through? Like I was thinking about this the other day. I've counted 6. Avram being 1, Olsen, Jeff Marquis, Mike
J-Dub.
Mandel, Jonathan Williams. That's 5. Yeah, wow, that's big. Barzoni 6. He played for them. For
I don't remember what he had Barazoni.
Leon Holder.
Leon Holder 7.
Leon Holder. Yeah, it's a good one.
There's a few of them, man. Like I think he might hit double digits with that. So.
Look, you guys are sure historic.
Yeah,
Actually, I liked them with J-Dub, but that was a whole other thing.
yeah. Unfortunately, this wasn't the right fit. I don't think it worked out well. All right, so Pineapple Express. This was a real fun game, but also a very chippy affair. They beat POP 41-33. We almost had a Donnybrook of a brawl or two. Matt Kirak got crushed a couple of times. Kevin Loisel almost blew up like
Like he's known to do so.
yes, he does, like Godzilla. And you know what? I give full props to the Water Buffalo man, Cheyenne Stewart, once again. He had a big pick and he had a nice touchdown, but also Chris Olsen. I think Chris Olsen made some big throws. He matched throw for throw with Craig O'Brien, and when it came down to it, he just was the better quarterback in the last 10 minutes of this football game.
That surprises me. Craig O'Brien's usually a gamer. He's awesome in the playoffs typically. I don't know. You guys were at the game.
So who score kept this game, Mo?
I did.
How did Craig O'Brien complete a pass to himself?
He threw the ball, tipped up in the air. He caught it, ran for 6 yards.
Oh, he ran for 6 yards.
Yeah,
Nice.
caught it, 6 yards.
Were
So
they
vo-
were the interceptions bad decisions? Or
Yeah.
was
That's-
it really
that's-
good?
that-
Yeah,
so, like,
Cheyenne Stewart made it
Actual
gorgeous.
content. Thanks, Eagle.
Cheyenne
Because
Stewart made
nobody
it
cares about
gorgeous.
scorekeeping, guys. You need to realize.
No, but I see Craig
that
O'Brien has a catch.
The
Yeah.
thing that players care least about in the league is scorekeepers.
Oh, no,
That's
no,
not
no,
at
no,
all
no,
true.
No. Andrew Langberg.
No, they like
That is
stats.
not-
They like their stats.
Yeah, how did they get their
They don't
stats
care
without
about you as
scorekeeping?
people.
But how did they get their stats
if you
without
could be, if you
scorekeepers?
could be replaced by robots, they would replace you instantly.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
And trust me, we've
They
tried.
would pay
Yeah.
more to
Sure,
replace
Rob.
you with robots.
I'm sure Rob would just have the iPad standing still and just doing it itself. You know?
I mean, knowing our scorekeepers, some of them are robots. So
So the
Chris
thing
Dagger.
is, but like to Eagle's question, like why did Craig O'Brien throw 3 interceptions? That seems out of character for me.
I feel like usually when Craig trails, he just throws it up and wishes
he
for the
chucks
best.
him up in there.
Yeah, and that's probably what.
Yeah.
That's probably like at least 2 of those interceptions.
But this was a physical game, man.
Oh,
this
for sure.
This was like.
But look, you got
felt
these.
it.
It's. I expected Pineapple Express to be because they have the guys that usually talk a lot of shit and are more physical, let's say, instead of the veterans of the veterans of POP that are more calm, cool, collected. They don't really
that's
like.
funny when you talk about a team with Aggie Kaladopoulos as being calm.
He wasn't
collected.
happy.
And Matt Kerouac being calm.
He wasn't happy either.
Matt Kerouac said he told me himself, "I've calmed down a lot."
They weren't happy though. They weren't
No,
happy.
for sure. I think they had an issue with officiating as well.
Yeah,
but
they weren't
that's
happy
something-
with.
But
the
that's
3
like
officials
saying
last
like
football
he only injects steroids into one of his testicles.
Maybe he
Perhaps.
does.
So Dreambreakers upset win over
That's crazy.
Game Changers in overtime.
Yeah, that was that game.
Anton Sakis.
I mean that overtime game.
I mean, overtime.
you
like,
never know what happens.
That's the thing. It's such a bizarre circumstances. It's not an FPF game, right? Like it's a whole other game. It's FPF the arcade, and at that point anything can happen. And they went ahead and won the game. So.
my understanding is Dreambreakers scored on the first attempt,
Yes.
and then from that point onwards, it was all blanks.
Yeah, no one. The
Shoot
best
blanks.
was Perry was the head referee. And,
Oh, yeah.
and
He thought it was sudden death.
You know, because for those who don't know, in overtime for FPF is best out of 3. You get 3 attempts minimum, and after 3, whoever wins, or you go to a shootout. So Perry,
And you can go 1 or 2 points.
exactly 1 or 2 points. So Perry thought it was
Sudden
a one
death.
and done.
Yeah, sudden death. Sudden
So
death.
Game Changers missed on the first. Dreambreakers hit on their first attempt. All right, game over. I'm like, Perry, we still have 2 more attempts. And
Dream
then-
Breakers were very happy at that point.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, we won.
Yeah, we won.
And
All
after
right,
that,
let's
okay,
go.
my bad, guys. I didn't know the actual.
also-
Start the bus.
The worst is so I played my first overtime game last playoffs this past winter. So you can go years without playing a playoff game. So it's like a lot of players don't even know the overtime
They have
rules,
no
right?
idea.
So like for Dream Breakers, that was probably their first overtime game. Like, did we win? Oh, we won! We won!
Yeah,
Amazing!
legit. And then after the rest, like, okay, no, there's 2 more times. They're like, ah,
What?
come on, man.
What?
But the best is Perry was walking away. All right, game over, guys.
Yeah, he had no
Perry,
idea what's going
game's
on.
Still going on. 2 more
Then you have
attempts.
Mokan. Mokan's legit. Always gets involved. Yeah, Perry, gentlemen, there's still 2 attempts. And Perry's like, you serious?
I go, yeah.
Yes, that's the overtime. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
And he
2
goes
more
back.
attempts. Let's go,
And
boys.
Dream Breaker's like, damn it, we thought we won.
All
They still
right.
ended up
Much
winning.
much like Glow Gang, perhaps some of our referees need to consult the rule book.
Exactly. All right, quarterfinals. Mercenaries, Jagerbomb.
We're already. jumping.
Man, I don't like this matchup for Jagerbomb. They're like Simon Deschamps is gonna struggle against Isaiah Allard.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone struggles against Isaiah Allard, but definitely Simon Deschamps. He relies on getting it out into those quick lanes.
Definitely does.
And the thing is that Isaiah Allard does a good job of cutting that off. That's the thing he does best as a rusher, more than even sacking a quarterback. Is
Here's a question for you.
is
Pease.
jumping into that
Here's
lane.
a question for you, Pease. Which quarterback wouldn't struggle against Isaiah Allard?
I think he
Because he
I think
has
he
the
wouldn't
highest
have.
impact.
I think he wouldn't have the same kind of impact against a guy like Simon Dagenet. I don't think he'd have the same kind of impact against Jake Applebaum, for example.
Jeff Rosenblatt,
Jeff might just
He
because
just
he
takes
likes
good
to use the middle of the
angles,
field.
Chris
Uh,
Olsen. Chris Olsen.
Chris Olsen again would struggle. I think Phil
Takes
Cutler
really
would
good
have
angles, though.
wouldn't be as effective as a lot of quarterbacks.
What about Samuel Dallaire?
that one? I'm not sure.
So basically, every quarterback that he's not playing against would
Yeah.
also struggle against him. So basically,
He takes really
there's just
good
one
angles.
guy that wouldn't struggle, and you said it's Simon Dagenet?
No, I said
Well,
Simon,
that
Jake
would
Applebaum,
be Jake
Here's the
Applebaum,
difference
yeah.
with Simon
for sure.
Dagenet, though.
and Phil Cutler. There's 3 guys.
Phil
there.
Cutler, yeah.
Come on.
For
So like
Simon
almost every other
Dagenet-
team that he's not playing.
Yeah, well, he's like he's a great rusher, right? So
Yeah.
obviously he's gonna have an impact
No,
on more.
that's why I was just
quarterbacks.
curious because he is a tough matchup for any quarterback. He is a huge part of the defense on Mercenaries. If he's not there, Mercenaries will probably still be good, but I don't think they'd be first.
Simon Dagenet, quickly before you get back to this
Go
game
for it.
here, does he get sacked as often?
Simon?
Yeah.
Simon doesn't get sacked.
No.
I saw him
so-
take off running 3 times in one
Yeah,
game. I
know.
was super
But
impressed.
back to this game, though, like we look at Gino DeFazio.
Yeah.
He put up some good numbers this year,
Yeah.
and this is probably his best team he's assembled.
Oh, that's another quarterback that wouldn't be affected by
Gino
Isaiah
DeFazio.
Allard. It's Gino DeFazio is he plays very similar to Simon. So yeah. He's had a very good year, and this is a good team. This is the best team he's played with in a long time.
Yeah, he assembled quite a roster over here, man, and good for him.
And it was stable, actually.
Yeah.
There wasn't like they were rotating cast of characters every week with 20 guys coming in. All right, Keyport Lock, Dream Breakers, and I think Keyport Lock benefits from the fact that they don't have to face a higher seed such as a Game Changer or even...
Well, even just
Logan.
the roster construction, game changers were probably a tougher matchup for Keyport Lock.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
with that said, Dream Breakers put up 32 against game changers, right? So can they push Jeff Rosenblatt to have to go score for score?
But we've seen Jeff Rosenblatt go score for score, and
We've
then
also
after
seen-
he
so-
And we've
automatic
seen him throw for 320 in the game.
But we've also seen the Jeff Rosenblatt that
who
can
doesn't
put
who
up
puts
12
up
points.
a dud. Yeah.
The thing is with Jeff Rosenblatt is, and it's going to sound like a ridiculous thing, but bear with me. He doesn't make a mistake until his first mistake. That's
Alright, fair
obvious for everyone in the world. However, for some people, the mistake goes right. Hey, whatever. I made a mistake. It's all good. For Jeff Rosenblatt, once he makes a mistake,
Oh yeah, it
it
takes him out.
snowballs.
It takes him
and
out. Yeah.
he's a different
That's
quarterback. So if he doesn't make a mistake until late in the game, he'll
Right.
be great.
Right.
If he makes a mistake early, if Dream Breakers can force him to make a mistake early, it's the kind of game where he's going to struggle just to get first downs.
Steph?
Yeah. Honestly, Dream Breakers, they have a pretty decent team. Not gonna lie, they did put up 32 points against Game Changers. They have a solid team, but I do feel like Game Changers would have been more of a nightmare matchup.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, for sure,
for
100%.
Jeff Rosenblatt. I feel like Dreambreakers could give him a run, and like you said, Pease, because I've seen it myself. Once he makes a mistake, honestly, the worst thing that could happen is first throw is a pick, and it's over, and the game's already over at that point.
Right.
It's just then it just snowballs. Then he feels like he has to adjust and find a way to make up for it, and then he tries too hard. It causes other turnovers. It's a snowball effect, and if he keeps it, if he's conservative with the ball, doesn't make mistakes, but sometimes mistakes aren't his fault, right? It might because he throws a good ball and it hit off the receiver's hands and then tipped and intercepted or something. But he still gets psyched out.
It could be anything.
It's not even if it's not his fault. He takes himself out.
Well, because it's like, oh, I made a bad throw. Jesus, I'm playing so bad. Or he makes a throw and the receiver bobbles, gets picked. It's like, oh man, I can't trust these guys. Like either way,
yeah, there's always going to be something that is the negative out of a turnover.
What's interesting about Dreambreakers is they beat Game Changers, and Pierre-Alexandre Taché only had one catch.
Yeah, he
for
wasn't
4 yards.
really effective.
So we said that can they survive when they need to rely on their second and third guys? They've shown already in this playoffs that they can.
Yeah, Yuri Belanger was the second option, and he stepped up. And they had Jordan Panetta on Pierre-Alexandre Taché, which is why he really didn't have much of an impact. I'd say because Jordan Panetta is a fantastic player, Division I quality player. And then Dallaire realized that. He's like, okay, I got to find something else. Let me put trust in Yuri Belanger. And there you go. And it worked out. And he was the main factor in their win.
All right, Simon says Pineapple Express saw Simon Dagenet once Pineapple Express won the game. He likes this matchup a lot.
Yeah.
He thinks he can exploit some of the weaknesses on their defense.
Well, he has a better team.
Yeah, but see, the problem is...
This team shouldn't be in Division C is the other thing.
Yeah, that's true. The problem is, though, when they faced off each other in season, it was week 1. And Pineapple Express had no idea how to play together. Like they just knew they were
roster.
They had no idea. They had no idea who would show up. So they put up 6 points. So if Simon thinks that okay, that's what it's going to be again, I disagree because now they found their guys.
I don't think it's that.
No,
he
he probably won't. But I'm just saying if he thinks that way.
So first of all, the best defender on the team is Eddie Lee. Simon Dagenet is one of the guys who has one of the greatest repertoires of playing against and with Eddie Lee. He knows what he likes to do on defense. And then you look at some of the athletes on Simon says, Justin Lerner, Justin Blanchard, AJ Gomes. It's brutal. Like it's I don't know how you match up against that.
You could probably match up against two of those three
AJ
guys.
Gomes knows these
He does. He does know. He
I
does.
don't. But it doesn't matter because like how well you gotta know someone when you're smoking by 7 yards. Right, so it doesn't matter what you know because you'll be on the floor while these guys are running by you.
He could help on the defensive side. He knows how Chris is. He knows what Dom. He knows how these guys are. I feel like they have matchups though. Like I feel like Simon says, fantastic team. They don't belong in this division. Yeah, that's true. But Pineapple Express has guys that could possibly cause problems for those three names that you mentioned.
So here's the question for you: if Chris Olsen throws 6 TDs, no INTs, and Simon Dagenet throws 6 TDs, 1 INT, who wins that football game?
Sorry, what was the question? There was a lot of math.
Chris Olsen throws 6 TDs, no interceptions. Dagenet, same thing, 6 TDs, but 1 INT. Who wins that football game?
Who do you trust more on converts?
So that's why I'm asking this question.
They
Now, doubt has planted in the
both-
Well, no, because here's the thing: is look, I love making fun of Simon just as much as the next guy. I think it'll be hard pressed to find 10 better quarterbacks in FPF at this moment than Simon Dagenet. And we can say, oh, top 10, Simon Dagenet. Go ahead, find 10 guys. He's tough.
Number 4 career passing right now.
He's made a ton of mistakes, but in this division, he's shown he's had a great season. He's protected the ball much better than he has, and he has the best roster. So if it comes down to it, yes, Simon's better than Chris Olsen at this point. I don't think Chris Olsen's terrible. I just one of the two guys has to be better, and I think Simon Dagenet is better.
No, Simon Dagenet is better, but like you
it's so weird
mentioning,
because he's not on the show. I gotta actually analyze him and not just be a jerk. It's difficult. This is hard for me
because now you actually realize that he's not that bad.
Oh no, I realized that. I played with him many times.
He performed the church ceremony for Peeze, so you can't really talk bad about him.
He did.
So.
No, but his dancing was fantastic.
Oh yeah, we can't show that though.
Why not? Of course you could.
Eagle, what was the cardinal rule we have here?
No, that's not a rule, but okay.
What happened at Pease's wedding stays at Pease's wedding unless your name is Marc-André.
Right, fair. I didn't know that part about Marc-André.
Or if you were a jerk to my mom.
Apparently.
But so like that's the thing is like I guess for that reason, if you ask me who I trust the better quarterback. And
No,
would you agree or disagree, Mo? Simon Dajny is a better quarterback.
He
Right
is a
now,
better
Chris Olsen.
quarterback. Chris
So
Olsen.
then who do you trust more?
I still trust Timo Dajny.
So there we go. So we're saying all the same thing.
I know, but I'm saying even with that.
So I
one
thought you were
error-
trying to lead me into Chris Olsen.
No. That's right. Even with the one error that Simon Dajny would throw,
He
he
still,
still
but
would
yeah,
have
but that's,
It'll
that,
come
team,
down to converse.
that team has the greater margin for error.
exactly. All right, Easy Jake Oven, KGP.
That's a fun game.
Is this the Cinderella run for KGP, or is Easy Jake Oven going to have an easy way to get through?
Honestly, I see Easy Jake Oven just has their roster is too strong, in my opinion, for KGP to keep up with them. They have
KGP's not bad though, man.
no, I'm not saying they're bad. They have good players, but quarterback comparison, Cutler or Jake. I mean, Cutler's good, right?
Yeah.
But Jake has his way to work with his team, and it's like Joey Taylor, right? The way he works with his team, even if there's a better quarterback on that same team, they won't be able to have the same results. You know what I'm trying to get at?
Right.
So I feel like Easy Jake they have all the weapons to deal with KGP, whoever they bring. They probably have the same guy, and they have the speed matchup. I feel like they have the speed matchup.
Because
Besides Kevin Smoota.
KGP's quick, man. Like
I know, but look at the guys that Easy Jake has. They have Noah. They have you have the roster pulled
I have
up.
KGP's roster in front of me.
You talking about Easy Jake Oven's roster?
Easy Jake's roster. I don't know that off the top of that head. I just
They have
know
a lot
that
of
they have
guys.
a lot
But here
of
we go. Guys who are, they have Adam Rockman, AJ Rashkovan. You have Jake Ackelbaum. Jared Rockman's in there. Kevin Smuda, Marty Party Freeman, Noah Groper, who's a really good player, Ryan
Yeah.
Castiel, and Yoni Lube as well. Dondre Bourne only played one game, so he's not.
No, I know.
as well.
But like similarly, Jonathan Garfinkel's fast. Derek Easton's pretty quick. Julian Payman, Dylan Garber's quick.
Yeah, but I feel like they'll play Julian Payman.
I'm sorry, Dylan Garber only played one game though. So,
Remember, they did beat them by 20. Easy Jake Oven over KGP back.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's when they didn't have a roster.
yeah. KGP's roster is better now than it was early in the season.
It is. But if you look at the guys that are playoff eligible, it's going to be a tough match of Kevin Smoona on any of the defenders at KGP. Who are they going to put
That's a
on?
good point.
You know, Kevin
because
Smoona is usually the guy he goes to.
like a lot of the guys who would be good in that spot, like Mathieu Lepage, only played 2 games. Mathieu Hull only played a game. Although I'd kill to see Flag Jesus
That would
going
be
up against Kevin
fantastic.
Smoota. That'd be
a
awesome.
fantastic.
We're gonna get like a
Colossal.
camera just to isolate those two.
Both ways.
Colossal
Man,
closing
jump ball.
force
Battle
over
the jump ball right there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but yeah. So like, you're right. Given that's the one matchup I think, and it's not even speed. It's just the size of Kevin Smoota. I think they're gonna have trouble contending.
No,
against
see what they're gonna do. Jake Applebaum plays his ball short. He has guys that get around. He has the quick receivers, and then red zone. Throw it up. Kevin Smoota comes down with it. It's okay, and that's usually what happens.
that. They need to, for
Marty
KGP
Friedman's.
would need to trap. We need to trap Jake Applebaum from cutting from the opposite side. The difficulty is Jake Applebaum's really good at protecting the ball.
He is.
He won't. So he's gonna look off the backside before he throws that 12-yard seam that he does to Kevin Smoota all the time.
Yeah.
All right, it's now time for
Games of the Week.
I feel like I kept you going
That
a
was
long
awful.
time.
That was
he's doing
awful.
something serious. Things.
He's not even doing. He's watching fucking Overwatch shit on his computer.
Hey, by
Stage
the way,
4 in the
they're doing the e games at the U.S. Open tennis court, this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, but apparently they're gonna get like 20,000 for that thing.
Wait, you're talking about DreamHack?
Nobody knows
it's in
what that
Flushing
is.
Meadows this weekend.
DreamHack just sounds like
Yeah,
a
but
terrible
DreamHack's in
court.
August at the Olympic Stadium.
No, but this one, I'm talking about the New York City right now.
Oh, the one in New York City? Yeah. It's a big
yeah,
deal.
Yeah. All right, games of the week.
Big deal, man.
Mercenaries, Jagerbomb.
I say okay, Gomo.
I go Jagerbomb.
Peace.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, I think Mercenaries are gonna take this one.
Keyport Lock, Dreambreakers. The pause is for dramatic
Yeah.
effect.
It is. I'll go Keyport Lock.
Yeah, I think the Dreambreakers don't have a matchup for
Yeah,
Keyport Lock.
Lock.
Simon Says versus Pineapple Express.
I'm gonna say Simon says the roster is ridiculous.
As much as I want Pineapple Express to be in the finals, so Brent Bach has to present the MVP to Don Benevento. The run comes
Or Chris
to them.
Olsen?
Yeah, Chris Olsen. I'm going to go Simon Says on this one.
As much as I want Simo to be working at the finals, I'm gonna go Simo Says.
But he's going to be presenting trophies as the commissioner, right?
It's true.
in his
It's true.
uniform.
Well, it's true. Actually, we now have somebody who takes over when Rob's not here.
Yeah.
That would actually be amazing if he has to present the
Present
trophy
himself.
to
To his
himself.
All right. Hey, and the MVP?
It's true.
Jimmy!
'Cause
Simo's
the
out
problem,
there.
the problem is not Rob not being here. The problem is what happens when Simo makes the finals.
I know. We're in trouble.
Yeah,
Especially since I'm gone for the first 6 hours. So we're in
that's
trouble.
awesome.
All right, next game.
Easy Jake Oven versus KGP.
Easy Jake.
EGO.
Yeah, he's a Jake.
And that's it.
All right. Match yours, please.
That's 2.5 liters of chocolate milk.
Oh, God.
No, it's only 1.5.
No,
I
I'm
have-
just
So
literally
it's a
looking
1 liter.
I'm
He
looking at
hasn't
2.5.
drank any of it.
Oh, he has 2 of them. Oh, the angle here only makes me see 1. That's a lot of chocolate milk.
So there's a lot.
He hasn't
Last
opened
like
2 of the
6
bottles,
days.
Slack. That means you got to
Good.
drink 2 of them during Division A.
Yeah. Good night, chocolate milk.
That's awful.
Couldn't it be like goodnight lactose, goodnight cocoa?
Tell you what, if I was drinking it, it would be a good night. Peeze and anus.
Good night, Beatrice. Could be 2. The brand.
Oh,
You're a fucking fool. The brand is Beatrice, guy.
yeah. That's a great visual gag
Fantastic.
on an audio platform.
okay. It's
Nobody
okay.
sees the beard.
Everybody sees Beatrice.
No!
You see it in stores.
No!
You see it in stores. What do you mean?
Nobody sees it.
People see it in stores. You saw it in a store and bought it. So there you go.